What's happening, everybody? It's another cool, crisp morning here in Maryland. It's about 24 degrees this morning, and we got the splitter out, as you can see. So we're going to get started splitting some of this white oak today. There's a couple exciting things happening. First of all, I want to thank everybody for another great live stream last Thursday night. Thirsty Thursdays seem to be catching on pretty good, and I hope you all enjoy it because I certainly do, and we're going to keep doing that. But anyway, on the front of the splitter here, you can't see it in the camera, but the trailer hitch is removed. You've heard me ramble on about this outfeed table for long enough. It's finally here. It has arrived. Had to make some modifications, but we're going to use it for the very first time today and see how it works out. Stick around. All right, so welcome back to the channel. I forgot to do my introduction in the first part of the video there. So for all the new subscribers, my name is Brad. You're watching Firewood at the Furnace, and if it's your first time here, we want to welcome you to the channel. We're excited to see the channel continue to grow, and we hope that we're still putting out stuff that you all enjoy to watch. So welcome to the channel. Outfeed table. Here it is, sitting here in the trailer. It finally arrived from the Ram Splitter Company, and if you watched the videos before, you know that I told you they were going to send me one of these tables. They're not for sale. They're not in production yet on their website, but they've made a couple of them, and they're trying to get some feedback on what they can do to improve them, make sure they work efficiently, and things like that. So they agreed to send me one. I paid for shipping, and they're going to obviously watch this video and see how the table works out and take some feedback from myself and you all on what they can do to make some changes to make it more efficient. So the first thing I did was when they sent it to me, and I'll slide it on here so you can see what I'm talking about, but when they first sent it to me, there was another piece of 2-inch box tubing below this, so the table was 2 inches lower than it sits right now. When I put that on, I felt like that was too low. I know some of the splitter companies make them, like the Easton made. They make their outfeed tables that are even with the rail, so you can push it right off the end. Then other Rugged Made and maybe Wolf Ridge, there's a slight drop off from the rail onto the table when the wood comes through the wedge. So this one had about a 5 or 6 inch drop, and I felt like that was a little too much, so I took 2 inches of tubing out of here and raised this up 2 inches. So it's about 3 to 4 inches below the rail now. I'll bring the camera over here and show you one other modification I had to make. Let me get you over here. So in the receiver, I don't know if you can tell, you should be able to see it pretty good here, but on the bottom of the box tubing, there was a weld that ran down, I guess, where they put the box tubing together. And this weld line right here that you can see down the middle was raised up just a little bit. And when I went to put the table in, it would not fit. Not even close. I think a combination of that weld bead and the powder coating process that they used on the outfeed table just made it too tight. So what I ended up having to do was take my little grinder and a file and a mirage of other tools to try to get this this weld bead taken down a little bit. And I couldn't reach all the way to the back, so that weld bead is still tight back in there. I ended up grinding off the powder coat on here, and I repainted it. It still fits a little snug, but it slides in okay now. And what I also had to do was cut about 2 inches off of the side for where I couldn't reach back far enough to get that weld bead grinded off inside the receiver. So now it fits, now it works. Now I think it's going to be what I want it to be. I don't want any criticism for my weld job there. I'm not a welder. But I think it's going to work out fine. So we'll get it hooked up, we'll get the splitter started, and see how it works. All right, so I've got the splitter loaded up with some rounds here. I've got the outfeed table backed right up here to the dump trailer. The camera's sitting inside the dump trailer right now. because once I get this split, I'm going to have to back this up and dump it where we're going to stack it. So we're going to just throw it right in here to the dump trailer, use this table for my resplits, and hopefully it'll work out a lot better than the old leg method. Let's see what it does. Oh my goodness, that's so much better. All right, we'll move you down off the dump trailer so I don't throw the wood and hit the camera. Set you right down here so you can still see what's going on. How nice is that? Probably seems a little silly to some of you because you've already got it, but after fighting this thing and using my leg and bending over to pick up logs every time they would fall, I'm glad it's finally here, that's for sure. You know, I've been calling this white oak. I'm pretty sure it's red oak. That tree was standing dead, so it kind of might have fooled me a little bit. But now that I'm splitting it, taking a look at the color inside, I'm pretty confident it's red oak and not white oak. But oak is oak. At least I had the species right. Well, the general species. Oh, this is going to make things so much quicker. All right, I'm going to speed you up a little bit. We'll see how much this we can knock out. right, so that's about a half-hour split in there. I think we got about a face cord, maybe a little more than a face cord in the trailer. That outfeed table is, I'm so happy that it's finally here. I thought I knew what I was missing, but I really didn't. It's making things so much more easier, efficient, safer. If you have the option to get an outfeed table for your splitter, or you have the ability and the knowledge and the skills to make one for yourself, I'd highly recommend it. Using my leg before was not the safest thing to be doing, but I was trying to make it less wear and tear on my body, bending over, trying to catch the logs before they fell. So I'm super happy that this thing is finally here, and the modifications that I made to it I think are good. I'm glad I did it. I think that extra 2 inches lower may or may not have made a difference, but where it's at now is a good working height for me. As you know, I'm about 6 foot 3 inches tall. The rail on the splitter is the perfect height for me, so dropping down there makes it still a good working height. So the backhoe's coming down here behind me. That's my uncle there. He just bought a brand new case backhoe, so we'll see what he's up to, and we'll get back to splitting. Stick around because we got a delivery this afternoon that I'm going to tell you about. Show you the trailer. So that's what we got. Trailer's loaded up pretty good. So from experience, that's 1.5 cords. It's piled up a little high in the middle there to make up for the difference, because I'm leaving the doors open. There's no sense in me shutting the doors just to back up 60 feet and dump it. So that took about 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I think I can probably do, a couple pieces fell out here. I think I can probably do about a cord an hour, if I had help. Somebody to just either run the splitter or feed the logs to me. But that was 2 hours to get 1.5 cords of me working by myself. And we made a good dent in this over here. Some of that bigger stuff is on the wrong side of the log lift, so I'll roll that over. And then we've got this left over here. So there's definitely 2 cords of wood there. And that those 2 oak loads that we brought in last week, or 2 weeks ago, whenever you saw that video. But we're going to back up here and dump this load right over where those tarps are, and I'll talk to you about the delivery we got. All right, so there's that. That's that load of oak dumped right here next to where we're going to stack it. Tell you what, the sun came out and it's like 36 degrees now, and it feels wonderful. Just a light breeze blowing, sun shining. So we're going to move over here now. We're going to bring the dump trailer back over here, load up some of this ash, and I'll tell you about this delivery in just a second. So some of you that follow the channel routinely were probably asking, well, how can you have a delivery if you're sold out of firewood? And that's true. I am sold out of firewood, and I've been telling people that for a month or two now. But I got a phone call from a friend the other day who has a friend who was just involved in a pretty bad crash with a broken back and is running low on firewood and is in a situation where they need to heat their home. They're not real mobile. So they're in a unique situation right now, and he reached out to me as a friend of mine to help a friend of his. So there's an exception to the rule. There is some ash here that's ready to go, but it's kind of like a catch-22. You know, if I sell the wood that I have now, then I'm cutting myself short on inventory for next year. So you're kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul. So I've been telling people I'm sold out so I can continue to build my inventory for next heating season. But this is a 1 quart order, and I'm going to get 1 quart of ash out of here today to take care of this person who is friends with a friend of mine. So sometimes unique situations come up and you need to make adjustments. So that's what I'm doing today, and that's why I'm delivering this quart of wood. So let's get it loaded up. All right, there we go. That's a quart of wood, all ash. I checked it with the moisture meter, and it's all running between 18 and 23%. So it's good to go. They'll get this friend of mine's friend through the winter, keep them warm while they recover from their car accident. So I'll take you with me, let you see it dump, and we'll wrap it up for the day in just a few. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for today. We got that load dumped successfully. I apologize I wasn't able to get any footage of the dump. It was just in a location where it wasn't practical for me to get the camera and the tripod out. But everything dumped well. The customer was thrilled, and so it's a win-win. We got all this oak here that's ready to be stacked now that we got split up, and using that new Outfeed table seemed to work really, really well. So give me some feedback on that. The new Outfeed table, tell me what you think. Tell me the goods, tell me the bads, tell me the things that you think I should change, or if I was using it to its potential. Whatever you got to say, I enjoy the comments, I enjoy the interaction, as you all know, and I try to respond to everything. So that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget to tune in on Friday for the first Friday's video. So just 2 days, you get to see another one. I got a little something planned for that. That's going to help me out, and something I didn't know about until I just happened to come across it online. So tune in for First Fridays in 2 days. We'll see you then. Have a great week, everybody.